Going on, you guys? It is your man, Two Down Dan, back with another video. And today, no riding. We are gonna sit and show you how I keep my Ninja 500 so clean. Because I get a lot of questions on Instagram and even on YouTube about what I am doing to keep my Ninja 500 clean. Because I'm gonna clean it right now, and I'm sure you're looking at it like, oh wow, it looks really clean. But for me, if I look really closely, yep, there you go. You can see all the splatter from the last time I went to Fun Bike Center. They put some new, they tightened the chain for me, and then they greased and lubed it so that your rear tire is going to get pretty dirty every time you clean and lube your chain. So it's very important to know how to clean your motorcycle. So that's what we're going to do today. Main things you're going to need to clean your Ninja 500 are going to be microfiber cloth and a cover. We're going to talk about that in a second. You're also going to want some of this. Back to Black is what I use. I didn't get it on Amazon, but after this video, if I can find it on Amazon, I'll link it in the video so that you guys can grab this. This stuff is amazing. You're going to use the Back to Black on anything that's this like black fairingy matted texture, nothing that's plastic. You can't use that on plastic, but this like cheap matted black stuff, that's what you're using the Back to Black on, and it really makes a difference. And you're going to need a water spray bottle. That's just going to be for any bugs or anything that gets splattered off the fairings or off the front of the windshield. You're just going to use water and a microfiber cloth to clean that type of stuff. So we'll go over that. And last but not least, very, very important, just some simple WD-40. You can use a lot of other different products, but I'm using WD-40 today to show you this, how versatile WD-40 is, because it's the only thing currently that I have that will get the splatter off of that wheel. So I'm going to connect you guys to my helmet now, take you out of my hand, and I'm going to show you how that if I spray that with water and try to clean it, it's not going to get anything done. Barely anything is going to come onto the microfiber cloth, and it's going to be a total fail. But I just want to say happy Sunday to you guys. I hope you're chilling, relaxing, enjoying your days. And I also want to give a huge shout out to the new Two Down Dan members. Nick officially joined last night. Absolute savage. Hope he's watching right now. We also got Trent right now buying a bike. So today's Saturday when I'm recording. So Trent, one of our members, is buying a CF Moto 300 today. First bike, just did the MSF course. So stoked to see them in the chat, start posting the bike and everything. We also got two J's in here. One of the J's, absolute homie R7, hooked up with him the other night. We went for a ride to Canes. So like I've been saying, guys, if you like the content you've been here on YouTube, subscribing and everything like that, and you want the behind the scenes to everything I'm doing, where I'm riding, you want to talk to me 24/7, talk to me during my days when I'm at work and stuff, I am in the Two Down Gang chat like crazy. That is like my heart and soul right now. I love going in there, seeing what's going on with the chat, seeing where people are out riding. But yeah, that's just a quick side note. And then another thing today, so like look, boom, spray with some water, and look, I'm going to try to keep it in the sun, but that right there, see how you're just spreading everything? Now let me put a little bit of WD-40 onto this rag, spray it away from the bike. Watch, just a little bit right there. I have the WD-40. It's going to be really tough, so I'm actually going to take it off again real quick. Sorry guys, I have the WD-40 right here. As you can see, with barely any pressure on my left hand, I can swipe down and clean all of that gunk off, because this stuff is so nasty. And you just don't want to be riding around with this stuff because it looks terrible. So you just get a little bit of WD-40, and that's how you're cleaning the rims for your Ninja 500 or any motorcycle. So no water for the rims, because the grease, not the grease, it's not grease, the chain lube and the chain cleaner and all that stuff is going to spray like crazy, especially if it's like raining or something like that. The rain plus the lube on the chain and the sprocket make it for an absolute nightmare. So let's actually get to work on this a little bit and talk about the upcoming Tramoto order that is coming in today, which is super crazy. I'm surprised I'm even getting a delivery on a Saturday today. But yeah, I guess USPS is about that life, and I totally forgot, which is super sick. And then also cleaning your motorcycle, especially the rear wheel, is a lot easier, again, to just throw it up on a stand like this. I know when I did the chain cleaning video, I showed you how to get it up on the stand and everything, so I didn't feel it necessary to show you guys that again today, because I really wanted to just show you the fact that I have owned this bike for 8 or 9 months now, and I have not washed it one single time. Meaning I haven't gone to a car wash and sprayed it with soap or anything like that, or I haven't had a detailer come here and throw soap on it and then spray it down and all that stuff. To be completely honest with you guys, that seems so crazy overkill to me. I don't understand why bikers are doing that stuff. If you have one, if you are blessed enough to live in a house and you have a garage and you can just pull your bike in and out of your garage, I literally don't understand how your bike's getting dirty unless you're riding it off-road or you're riding in the rain all the time. Like, dude, if I ride in the rain, the second I get home from the rain, and if it's still raining by the time I get home, of course you have to wait for it to stop raining, but the second it stops raining, I have to come out here and I have to wipe all the water down. I can't let water sit on any of these parts. It's gonna rust the whole bike. I think most people know that like you don't want water sitting on your bike after it's been on there. So getting a cover or being able to park your bike into a parking lot, or a parking garage or wherever, and keep it covered, that is 90% of cleaning a motorcycle, okay? Because you shouldn't really be riding it in these conditions that are getting it super dirty. I'm sure most of you guys, not like you guys flame me for not having a car, so I'm assuming all of you guys have a car, so you don't need to be riding your bike when it's raining anyways. So this should literally only come out when it's sunny, and it doesn't really get dirty when you ride it unless you put a ton of chain lube onto your chain like Fun Bike Center did to me, and that's why I'm out here cleaning it. Technically, the rest of my bike doesn't even need to be cleaned, because I keep this cover on it 24/7 when I'm not riding it. You have to let the bike cool down for like an hour and a half, like an hour to an hour and a half, depending on how long or hard you've been riding. So because if you come home and you just put the cover on it right after, you're going to burn holes in your cover. But dude, just getting the bike home, letting it cool down, and then putting the cover on it is how you keep it clean. At least that's how I keep my bike clean. And I think a lot of people are going to be surprised to hear that. But yeah, for 8 months, no soap has touched this bike. Like, why would I don't know. I never read online anywhere that putting soapy products on these types of materials would be good for it or whatever. So I just use water for the tiny little things. Like, the bike is glistening right now, guys. I've been riding this for like 2 weeks. I haven't cleaned it. Like, there's really nothing on the fairings or anything like that. And then I used the back to black. I even used the back to black here on my mirrors to keep those looking great. Don't put it on the windscreen because it can't go on the plastics like that. But this cheap fair, what is this even called? Whatever this molded plastic is, that's where you put this back to black once you're done, wiping the whole bike down. Boom. You can put the back to black on this whole area, and it keeps it shining and keeps it looking good. It keeps it looking like you cleaned it just yesterday. But to be honest, let's see where we're at. Dude, yeah, we're almost at 10 minutes right now. So I'm going to finish up cleaning this rear tire while I tell you guys about my Tramoto order, because that's coming in today. And I know every time I bring it up, I keep not finishing. So I got all three of the kits. They have a micro kit, they have a light kit, and they have a pro kit. And I'm excited. Sorry, there's people coming right now. So I'm very excited to see the different levels of life-saving protection that they offer. I'm already pretty aware of what the website has and what's going to be coming in the kits, but even a little bit more so, I want to call up my buddy Billy, the moto athlete, who's been working with Tramoto from the start. He's actually the one who put me on. So shout out Billy, absolute savage. I hope he's still watching to this point. I know he at least taps in for most of these videos when he's doing some stuff. He's always getting stuff done. He's never just sitting around. So this is definitely playing in the background of whatever he's working on right now. And yeah, I hope he's doing well. Just in general, I really like talking with him, and he's got a Ninja 500 and a ZX4RR, and he does content. He goes to the track. He's just a real rider, man. He's just a real dude. So shout out him for working with such a cool company, Tramoto, and telling me about them and kind of explaining to me what they have to offer. And after checking out the Tramoto website, I was so excited. I was like, oh my God, these kits are amazing. They look great. They have exactly what you need: shear scissors, tourniquets, gauze, heat shield wraps, all these things that when you go down, you can aid yourself before. I mean, if you're lucky and your phone's not smashed from the crash or whatever, yeah, you can call the ambulance, but what if you need assistance before the ambulance gets there? And if you don't have that assistance, it might turn into a fatality. So you just can never be too prepared. And I am going to be so excited because they have like I said, so the micro kit I'm going to put with my e-bike. I'm going to leave that thing on there pretty much 24/7, unless I'm shooting like promo videos and I want to have all 3 kits with me. But it's super small and lightweight. You can even like put it in your pocket or something like that. And I'm going to put that one attached to my e-bike. So just in case I fall when I'm in the trails and stuff, I still have technically a SWAT T tourniquet. I have shear scissors. And I'll put some other little goodies in there that I like for like little smaller falls and everything like that. And the light kit and the pro kit, there's a tourniquet that they sell. It's called the Cat T tourniquet. It's like the national like standard for like a really good tourniquet, XYZ. So I can't wait to see and use that and show you guys. But use code 2DownDan on the website so that you can save money and also potentially save your life or others. There's really not much more I can say about it because I'm literally getting the products today, so I don't want to yap about it too much when I can yap about it when they're here. And to be honest, guys, that wraps up today's video. Like, you know how to clean your Ninja 500 or your bike now. You just technically don't really need to see me sit here and do it. I use spray bottle for all my fairings. I use back to black on anything that's black. I'll even use back to black on this whole area and this whole thing. It's going to look so nice when it's done. I use WD-40 on the wheels because you have to get the grease off and water will not work on this. And the cover is probably 95% doing a majority of the work. You just come home and you have to be diligent about putting that cover on. Also, the cover helps you against coloration fading on anything that's colored. So like my levers, the woodcraft thing, anything, even just the paint in general, everything. You don't want the sun just beating down on it. It's just not good. So keep your bike covered, keep it clean, and keep your wheels 2 down. I appreciate you guys so much for still being here. You guys rock. Watch another video in the top left corner, and please subscribe in the top right if you haven't already. Later, guys.